All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, I'm your host, Lance Migliaccio, with my ride or die co-host, George Ballantyne. It's tip of the spear, edge of the knife. You know how we do it on this show because, of course, we're going to bring you the facts, the sauce, the evidence, the receipts. It's all about the truth. We do all the digging so you don't have to. Try to cover all the news media, nationally and globally that matters. And, of course, you get a little bit of sarcasm along the way. George B.
Lance.
The weather here is not. I'm not excited about. We getting a bunch of snow, George.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. In May, snow in May in Colorado. Lance, and I just keep thinking of the times where you're trying to get me to come out there. And I'm like, this dude, you got to be crazy. Liberal state, snow in May. George ain't coming out there to play. Forget about it.
That's back when we were thinking about, having one studio and the rest of it. We worked through all of that. But of course, listen, both of us want to go to warm weather. So
that's it? You just wanted me out there because of one studio, not because I'm your best friend and this and that? You piece of shit.
There's a lot of other stuff.
Forget about it, Lance. Just
a lot of other reasons.
Don't bite yourself in the ass right now because you just did.
All right.
Man.
All right. Well, listen, of course, we want to thank you guys for being here, even though George is busting my balls as part of the show.
Oh, Schwarzeroni rated the show.
Oh, the Schwarzeroni.
Yep.
Dr. Michael Schwartz, if you're not following the show, you should be. Great show, great guy. You ought to buy some of his books, too. This guy has written some great books. I started digging into one of them already, but there's no doubt. Pick a few up. I got them right here. And the one I've started in right now is the only way to save America. So, Dr. Schwartz, he won't be here this Friday, but next Friday he will be.
He's going to he's going to a conference. I don't know if he's listening, but I went on a webpage and I love it because all I see is him going to be there and speak, but I don't see what else is really going on. What's this event about and stuff? I got to call him because I don't know. Kind of weird.
He's going to be in town with you?
No, he's going to Georgia for I forget the name of the event.
Yeah, that's nice. By speaking of it,
actually, he's doing his show live on Friday from there. Hold on, let me go back to my notes. You talking? I'll go back to my notes.
Okay. Well, listen, here's the drill. If you love the show,
I got it.
Up, comment.
I'm sorry. It's wakeuppatriotsconvention.com. You can go to the website. It's from May 6th to 9th. Oh, it's starting today, actually. So I guess the Wake Up Patriots show is doing live from, I don't know if it's today. I know tomorrow and Friday, and he's doing Friday too. So, good for him and Kelly.
Yeah, it could be a good event.
Let's see if he gives us a shout out on the show, Lance. And if he doesn't, he's going to be in big trouble.
You mean if he doesn't give us a shout out? Yeah.
That's what I just said, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that in case
I'm going to fuck his fake kidney ass up. That's what I'm going to do.
All right. So, you guys know the drill. If you love the show, hit that follow button. It's the best way to thank us. If you can do a paid subscription for $5 a month. We got a bunch of them the other day. Thank you so very much to those people that are giving their vote of confidence. It's only $5 a month. It's very little money, but they all add up. We're trying to build up that base. And of course, Rumble Rand tips always appreciated. And, the Rumble wallet, you can tip us in crypto over there. George is still trying to stack up those Bitcoin. But of course, we appreciate anything you can do in there because anything that goes to the Rumble wallet, Rumble doesn't take the 30%. So that's why we love the Rumble wallet tips on this show. It's a big deal. And we appreciate you guys doing it. So all that stuff matters. And at a minimum, those follows are a big deal. There's thousands and thousands of you turning in for the show. I'd like to see that follow button get smashed more often. It all matters. And of course, taking the live link during the show and sharing it far and wide. That's how you spread the message. And George makes a lot of short form content. Rip it off the site. Take what you want. Do what you can to share the live links. Whatever you can do. All of that helps us. And for those of you who've been doing it and resharing our links, Melody does it regularly. So we always appreciate when she does it. Do it on X, do it everywhere. All right. So, you know, if you missed the crypto show this morning, it was a barn burner. It was a great show. 7 a.m., the #1 crypto show on Rumble. And we really broke it down. We went over the ISO 20022 tokens. If you don't understand those, you need to. That's the banking system is coming, and you need to understand how all the pieces fit together. So go watch the post-recorded show. If not, just play it in the background. Learn about crypto. It's generational wealth. I know everybody's like, oh, crypto market's down. It doesn't matter. The stock market goes up and down too. You just have to get in the wind of it and get involved with the right projects. And that's why you go to that show. And of course, this show Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Now, we love our crypto. We also love our gold and silver. The guys at Genesis Golder Group are our trusted go-tos. They've got some great products over there. IRA, real, just straight bullion buys. They've got Block Trust IRA we'll tell you about later on. Great stuff. They trade on volatility in the crypto market. But this baby here, this is the prepper bar. Yep. And the point is, these are your escape. These are real, tangible forms of wealth. Gold and silver you can hold, trade, and trust. No government can seize it. No hacker can steal it. Time is ticking. And you need to act now to secure your prepper bars before the government rolls out their next move. And if you can see, there's 3 different denominations. You snap off a small piece. They're extremely thin. This one's in a plastic case to protect it, but you can just about stash these anywhere, sock drawer, gun safe, you name it, safety deposit box. To have some gold and silver on hand gives you peace of mind. Trust me, knowing you got a little bit just in case. We're $40 trillion in debt, for God's sakes. I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen to the U.S. dollar unless there's some kind of a major overhaul and reset. If you use right now Big Mig Silver, you're going to get 10% off on the silver. Or if you use Big Mig Gold, you're going to get 5% off on the gold. Don't wait until your money's worthless. Grab some of these prepper bars before it's too late at thebigmigbar.com. That's right, thebigmigbar.com. Use those promo codes, or you can call 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154, bigmigbar.com.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
Maximum effort, everybody. Look at the shirt. Here we go.
Is that a new one?
No.
No new one?
No. Can't afford it.
I'm just checking. Just get any new
I ain't got no donation, so no shirts.
Sometimes you get those swag, you know. I don't ever know what's good. You're a t-shirt company. You want the walking billboard George Ballantyne wearing your shirts. Everybody asks him about him. So he's your walking billboard. You definitely want to get some over to him. All right. Ilhan Omar. I'm not a fan. Let me be clear. I'm not a fan. And quite honestly, I don't think many people are. First of all, I don't understand how she's still walking around for her violation of the criminal code on illegal immigration. She falsely married her brother. I'm not saying it's incest. I'm saying that she married her brother so that she could get him here into the country. And that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't falsify federal documents, especially about immigration. I can't figure out why her and her brother are still walking around. That's the one I'm stumped on. But it's not enough. I mean, there's more to us. This biatch just is now refusing to turn over documents to the Minnesota committee investigating the $250 million Somalia feeding our future fraud. Now, you know they funded her campaign. They want a Somalian in there. You know this was all about all that scamming that Nick Shirley exposed. And she's knee-deep in this scandal. And I'm telling you right now, the DOJ, listen, Todd Blanche, I'm not going to take it out on him too much because at least it looks like he's trying to do the job that Pam Bondi didn't do. But how long does it take to arrest somebody for immigration fraud when you already have all the proof? You guys tell me. This is the part I'm really stumped on. That one should be a slam dunk. Now, the stuff from Minnesota, I don't know how culpable she is. It appears she's involved. I believe Tim Walz is involved. I think there's a lot of fraud up there, and I think they all wanted to get in on the money. Let's play this clip because, again, I just can't figure out, George, what is the ass dragging on
I have the answer, but we'll play the clip. I'll give you the answer afterwards.
Squad Democrat Ilhan Omar closing in on a deadline set by Minnesota Republicans to turn over documents about potential ties to a state fraud ring after she dodged a hearing last month. Our senior correspondent Mike Tobin is reporting live out of Chicago. He's got the latest details for us. Hey, Mike.
And Sandra, that deadline is today for Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar to turn over documents and communication tied to defendants in that massive Feeding Our Future scandal. The Minnesota House Committee on Fraud Prevention and State Agency Oversight is holding its last meeting of the legislative session today. However, the committee does not have enough votes to subpoena the Congresswoman, so the committee doesn't have a legal mechanism to compel Omar to cooperate. The chair of the committee has sent Omar multiple invitations and requests for documents. Omar does not respond. Omar now sponsored the 2020 Meals Act, which removed the guardrails on COVID relief money and helped the fraud run up to $250 million. Despite that, the chair of the Fraud Prevention Committee does not anticipate the Minnesota congressman will respond by the deadline.
It shows her continued disdain for the taxpayers. She feels like she's above having to answer for her involvement in the fraud and her responsibility as a member of Congress who, she passed the bill that took the guardrails off the school nutrition program that led to the conditions that enabled Feeding Our Future.
Now, Amy Bach was convicted as the mastermind of the Feeding Our Future scandal. Defendants billed the government for meals that were never provided through existing restaurants and sham companies. Now, in Bach's trial, Omar's name appeared in an email chain with Bach. Trial evidence showed text communication with Bach and Omar. Trial evidence also showed Bach exchanged emails with one of the defendants who fled the country. The title of that email chain was Ilhan's Office. Now, back in January, our Alexis McAdams interviewed Amy Bach. She said she never spoke directly with Representative Omar, only people in her office. And the conversation, she said, were never substantive. Sandra, back to you.
Got it.
Okay. Why isn't nothing being done? Because she's a Democrat. You know, they have so much corruption and juice going on back, behind the scenes. When do they ever get really arrested, indicted, and charged? I mean, contempt of Congress. Didn't they get banned for that? I mean, why can't the Republicans just get on board? And so, Lance, I want to bring something up because this was yesterday, and there were primaries going on yesterday in Ohio and Indiana. And Ohio, Vivek Ramaswamy won the primary to run for governor, which is good. Congratulations, Vivek. Yeah, I think he'd be a great governor. But the big news is in Indiana, Lance. 5 Indiana senators who voted against redistricting. All right, those are incumbent state
Republicans?
5, yeah, state. We're gonna call them Rhino senators that voted against redistricting in Indiana. Lost their primaries yesterday to 5 MAGA-backed Trump candidates. So if that's not a message to all you other people out there, or all you rhinos and everybody out there to not get on board, listen to the people, because this is what we want. We're the constituents. You might just lose your house seat or state seat, whatever it is. So get on board. I mean, that's huge. I think there were probably a lot of them are in shock, and you have people right now that, damn, I'm not on board. I voted against one of Trump's things. Oh, dang. Everybody's right now who's going to be facing elections are probably shitting bricks.
Hopefully that's a national wake-up call. Look, we want the redistricting, and, of course, we want that Supreme Court thing to go before the midterms. We want arrest before the midterms. So let's get Ilhan Omar arrested. If you want to make some positive moves, and I'm saying this to the Trump administration, if you really want to make a difference in the midterms, let's make sure these deep state arrests start going down. Let's start snatching and grabbing. And let's not let them out on bond because these people are all a flight risk. She's clearly got ties in Somalia. If she's not a flight list for a federal immigration fraud case, I don't know who is. I wouldn't let her out. And that's what you need to do. You need to set the precedence. She's not an ethical person. She's proven she's unethical. I don't think she can be trusted. So if she gets in front of a judge, I'm expecting the judiciary to do their job just like you do against American citizens. Stop with this thing, it's a member of Congress. They are not a higher standard. They're just people like you and I that got chosen by the people to represent the people. These people do not have a different demigod status. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it on both sides of the aisle. I'm expecting arrests, and I'm expecting them in the next 60 to 90 days. Let's get to it, man. Todd Blanche, I love what you're doing so far. Let's get her for immigration fraud. You can't marry your brother to fraudulently convey him and get some kind of a fake immigration status. So let's wrap this biatch up. Let's set the tone and let's start doing it, man. Because I got to tell you, George, if you had done this or if I had done this, we would have had an indictment within 30 to 45 days. They wouldn't even have messed around. They'd have sequestered the grand jury. They'd have presented the evidence, and it would have been a wrap. A wrap. It's like Letitia James. She got away with mortgage fraud.
Wait, hold on. She got subpoenaed, right, to give over these documents?
Yeah, but she got subpoenaed by the Minnesota.
Right.
Congress.
No, I know, because our beloved, I guess he or she's a liberal, whatever, but arrest her for what? Defying a subpoena from their state legislative branch. That's for what?
And here's the deal. I'm saying indict her because of the immigration fraud. Again, even I don't care if you're a liberal in the audience. We love to have the mixed audience. We love having you guys here. Do you think that if you fraudulently marry your brother to falsify federal immigration forms and you apply where she's not really married to her brother, we know that was all fake. The point is, you tell me, is that a crime based on United States statutes? It's very simple. You can go look it up. Go Google that. Go ask if you do it. Go Google it and ask Google, what statutes will I have violated if I falsely marry my brother or sister and to get them immigrated to the country falsely? You go ask that question. That's all you need to know, because at the end of the day, she should be indicted for that. I'm tired of them breaking laws that if you in the audience, liberal or conservative, you guys got to look at it this the way it is. It is what it is. If you violate the laws of the United States, it's called equal application of the law. And if you did it, you would be indicted. If I did it, I would be immediately indicted. They wouldn't even wait on George and I, because they don't like the truth we put out. We already know that. We've been suspended and banned and attacked for it. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. But listen, I just want the laws equally applied. I'm not asking for an exception just to go after Omar. I want to go after her for the crime she committed. I don't have any idea if she was involved with the Feeding the Future, how much of that money she got, if she knew that it was a criminal enterprise going on. I have no idea. I haven't seen all the emails, so I don't want to lie about that. But I do know about the immigration fraud. I've looked at the documents. She lied. And on a federal form, that's a federal crime, 36 months to 60 months. That's the crime, and that's what the statute says. So just apply the law. That's all I'm asking for. All right. DOJ issues grand jury subpoena for all 2020 election worker records from Fulton County. Of course, Fulton County, Georgia. George has talked about it over and over again. You know, we had that hearing down there where they were hacking the machines with a pen. We've seen all the corruption in our elections. And look, again, this is for everybody. This isn't just for conservative America or MAGA like people used to use. This is for the patriots of this country that want a free and fair election system. Look, if you elect a liberal, I'm willing to go along with it as long as I think it's free and fair. What I don't want is a corrupt system with deadmocrats, bad voter rolls, corrupt machines, ballots coming out from underneath tables where they throw out the people that are supposed to be supervising. I don't want the machines connected to the internet. I don't want last-minute vote switching. That's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for a legitimate free and fair election system that isn't third world.
You want to know something ironic? We're talking about Indiana.
Yeah.
Well, the South Carolina House Committee just voted in favor of redistricting before the 2026 midterms. Right before, they weren't doing it. They were going to wait, this and that. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe they woke up to see what happened in Indiana. I don't know. Call it the Trump effect. So let's see what happens.
Better get yourself in gear. You know what I mean? You better figure it out. And I'm telling you that, the Supreme Court ruling is a major move. That's 19 seats that could get immediately flipped. And we'd be rid of some of these serious jackasses that are in Congress. Now, again, I'm not telling you they're not on both sides of the aisle. They are. I'm saying that this is a good move to get rid of potentially 19 jackasses. So I'd like to see it happen. So, of course, this is a subpoena to the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections. They have to appear in U.S. District Court in the Northern District of Georgia on May 5th. The prosecutors at the Department of Justice obtained a grand jury subpoena preparing in connection with an active grand jury investigation. Now, George, is this tied in at all to the Florida investigation or anything else that's going on? Is it?
The DOJ thing?
Yeah.
With Georgia?
Yeah, I just didn't know if some of this.
Why would it have to do anything with Florida?
Well, they have that big investigation going on in Florida, and I'm just wondering.
No,
nothing to do with that. I didn't know. I thought maybe you'd heard something. I wanted.
No,
to
I
ask.
think this is I think this is separate, Lance. I just put up the indictment. I should have put it up while you were talking. I apologize. But I don't believe so.
Review mail-in ballots.
I believe this is a separate thing. Yeah.
Okay. They want to know individuals who were assigned to the voter review panel board. They want to know about individuals assigned to the mobile voting locations, which clearly they must think there's some fraud there. They want to look at the assigned to transfer results to and from media or transport ballot stock or media. They want to look at the individuals employed or contracted by the Fulton Board of Registration Elections. They want to look at the individuals who worked or volunteered for the risk limiting audit. And they want to work. And so they're looking at all the individuals involved. I would say, based on the fact that they're asking for specific names, this is going to get a lot worse. Normally, when they go to this this kind of a grand jury indictment and they want to get all this information and there's subpoena and information like this and a list of individuals, but clearly this is going to get a lot darker, hopefully fast. I hope this moves quickly through the court system. You know, we haven't had a lot of speed when it comes to these election fraud investigations. So, of course, they tried to file a motion to quash. They call the subpoenas the DOJ's latest effort to target and harass the president's perceived political enemies. That's bullshit. Transparency is one of those things that everybody expects in elections. So stop trying to redirect. Just give the information. Why are you so afraid? You know, people only don't want to give information when there's a subpoena, when they're worried about what the subpoena is going to expose. They're saying it's unprecedented and harassing. It's not unprecedented. When you cheat, you should expect an investigation. And we know that this last election wasn't free and fair. This has got nothing to do with Donald Trump. I could give a shit about that part. What I care about is the contract with the American people, the compact with the American people, is that we're going to have a free and fair election, that they have guaranteed us that our elections are going to be legitimate, that we're not some third world country. So, you know, this subpoena is from a grand jury, and it's not an administrative or judicial subpoena. So grand juries typically consist of 16 to 23 citizens, as you guys know, and they're impaneled to determine whether probable cause exists based on evidence to indict or to compel testimony or documents under the federal rules of criminal procedure. That all falls under Rule 17. So for you guys out there, you just got to realize this is a process that we're guaranteed, and we want a free and fair election system, and that should go for everybody. I don't care what your political beliefs are. You know that I believe it's a unity.
I want rule of law. Just crack down on fraud and all this crap. Because yesterday, did you see in D.C., like there's about a dozen top Washington, D.C. police officials have been placed on leave and actually could be facing termination for manipulating crime data to make it seem like their crime rate was lower than it really was.
And that's a crime.
Wait, and here's another.
I want to see them just fired. I want to see them indicted.
Here's another one that just came out this morning. This is kind of big too. Actually, the FBI is actually right now is raiding this top Virginia Democrat. She's a Senate president pro tempore, Louise Lucas. They're raiding her house right now.
They should be raiding Ilhan Omar's house right now. I mean, that's the point. They should be raiding right now, seizing documents. And this should be going on at a more aggressive rate. This should be a primary focus because, again, we've got to fix our election system, guys. You know, we can't protect these people in Congress. They break the law. They've got to pay the same consequences because the rule of law only works if it's equally applied. Otherwise, hey, if it's going to go wild, wild west, you know me. George, no, I know doesn't agree with me on this, but if it's going to go wild, wild west, just tell me the laws don't matter anymore. And trust me, I'll just go for it.
What do you mean I don't agree with you?
Oh, no. I mean, sometimes when I say, let's go wild, wild west, you say, oh, I don't know if we want that. You've said that in the past to me.
Oh, it depends, man. I mean, if we need to go there, we got to go. We got to do what you got to do.
Okay. All right. I like you're on board with this. Because me, look, I'm going to say, if I can insider trade, if we're not going to charge congressional members for it, cool. Just tell me, because I'll start reaching out to all my friends in New York and I'll start digging around. I'll start going to all the parties again and talking to people and I'll start insider trading. I'm happy to do it. I'd love to make millions with a guaranteed payout. Who wouldn't? The point is, the law's got to be equally applied for the law to matter. That's all I'm saying, guys, when it comes to the audience. So I appreciate the input. When you asked me, why should we arrest Ilhan Omar? Pretty clear, immigration fraud. If it gets to anything with feeding the future or any other fraud or money laundering or criminal involvement in the Minnesota fraud, so be it. That can just be an additional indictment. All right, UAE says Iran launched new drone and missile attacks for the second consecutive day. I have to ask George, how is the ceasefire not over if this is the bullshit that Iran's doing? Explain to me, because I think the minute you fire the first bullet, the ceasefire's over, and they're firing missiles second day in a row.
You know, I don't know. Honestly, I'm mind boggled, but I guess, you know, I mean, Trump is just trying to, instead of, you know, using bombs and put men's lives and our military in danger, he's trying to get it done another way. So we'll see, because, you know, Iran's known to do this when they negotiate, play games. And I was surprised.
They've been doing it for decades.
Yeah, and I'm like, how are they been top negotiators, winning a lot of it? That's Iran we're talking about. Who are they? What do they have that they other, like, I don't know, other past presidents allow them to win? But, well, I mean, look, this is developing story by the hour, because you don't know what's going to happen. But
yeah,
they say they're close to a deal.
If I was Donald Trump, it's time to hit Carg Island. It's time to hit the electrical power grid. I mean, it's tit for tat. If the Iranians think that they can violate, I don't care what country they're hitting. Listen, they also hit a French-owned cargo ship. They're saying it's a possible land attack cruise missile in the Gulf region. Caused a bunch of injuries on that boat among the ship's Filipino crew.
Wait, isn't that the same France that didn't want to help secure the Strait of Hormuz when Trump asked? Is that the same France?
Yeah, that's the same France.
Oh, they can go kick fucking rocks then.
I mean, I agree with the kicking rocks for the countries that haven't supported us. I mean, I'm Italian, and I'm telling you, I don't like what Meloni's done. And I'm telling you, as far as I'm concerned, Spain can suck a big fat one.
You know what? Funny you brought up Meloni, because there was, I guess, a fake picture of her in lingerie, and she like denounced it. But I'm saying to myself, what's so bad about a good looking woman in lingerie?
You know,
what, women don't wear lingerie? It's not like it's, you know.
She probably thinks it's disrespectful, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. I was a fan in the beginning. I thought we were going to have this incredible new relationship, you know, meaning with Italy, that was going to be amazing. I really, all the countries that have, in one way or another, refused assistance in this war, and I don't, you know, is it a war yet? I guess it's a war. It seems like a war to me. Enough's enough. And Donald Trump, don't let these jerk offs in Iran get away with this. Hammer their asses. I mean, you're making comments about the U.S. and Iran very close to agreement. No, you're not. You might think you are. They're just jerking you around, bro. They're just jerking this administration around. Every time Iran says they got a deal, they are not going to give up their enrichment program. They don't want to give up the ability to try to make a nuclear weapon. And the end of the day, they're going to keep doing this crap. This is not going to stop. This is what Iran does. If you don't drop the hammer now, we may never get a second chance at the end of the day. Because once they get nuclear weapons, it's all over with. And trust me, they're going to do it. And they're still mining Bitcoin at a super high rate. I saw something yesterday where somebody was tracking some of the mining. They're still hash rating like a mofo. Let me tell you something. I guarantee Donald Trump, if you strike those Bitcoin mining facilities right now, if you hit them right now or hit the electrical power grid, watch how they change their tone. Because you're going to cut off one of their biggest amounts of money coming in right now. All of a sudden, they're not going to have that, and they're going to go into panic mode. You want to get this thing settled, or you want to get, tell them, stop with the bullshit, stop with the missile strikes. Go ahead, go after the Bitcoin mining. Stop dicking around, man. You're dicking around, and you're making yourself, honestly, look a little weak. The administration's looking a little weak right now. I got to tell you, they're lucky I'm not in there. The first bullet they fired during the ceasefire, all bets would have been off. I'd have been like, all right, you bitches, here it comes. All right.
Some may see this as sad news. Some may see it as joyful news. CNN founder and liberal billionaire Ted Turner has passed away.
Oh.
So prayers to his family. I'm just going to leave it at that. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm not a Ted Turner fan.
Nah.
Never was. Yeah.
But,
All right. Well, Turner broadcast.
It might bring, that announcement could bring joy to some people watching. I don't know.
That's what we do. We bring the rain and we bring the pain. Sometimes it's joyful. All right. Federal aviation employee arrested after threatening to assassinate President Trump. Faces up to 5 years in prison. What is, and this is just goes on and on and on. Somebody called out Charlemagne the God. Somebody called in on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, it's you guys. It's the liberal left. It's the people that are agitating these people that keep making these threats. They're doing it on TikTok. They're doing it on their websites. They're doing it in their posting. They think it's free speech, but they're agitating people. I don't know, honestly, George, at this point, because there's a lot of the assassinations that aren't publicized, the assassination attempts. They aren't really brought public. The Secret Service deals with them. They shut them down, and it never really gets talked about. I don't know if there's ever been a president of the United States that's had this many assassination attempts. I mean, we may never really know that because the Secret Service has never really brought that information out. But I have to tell you, I think that should be brought out. And I think it should be a very severe warning about it. The consequences for this, they just need to be more severe because this is not what we need. There's going to be no benefit to assassinating Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, I can tell you it'll probably have the exact opposite effect of what these people think it's going to have. Because, you know, you got J.D. Vance right in the wings. You got Marco Rubio right in the wings. That won't go well. Your best move is just ride this out. If you're really that angry, you know, go to an MMA gym and let somebody punch you in the face a few times and maybe you'll calm down. I got to tell you, there's better ways for you guys to do this. You know, fix the system. Let's get legitimate voting in place. And you guys, listen, if you really hate them that much, then work on your voting. Honestly, that's your goal.
You know, Lance,
I don't think fixing it is doing what they're doing.
This story in Virginia with this Democrat Senate president.
Oh yeah,
they actually raided over 10 locations.
What is it about, George? Is it money laundering?
I don't know. They're talking about a cannabis dispensary next door, and they say they know the senator's associated with several cannabis locations and dispensaries. But they said, people say on the ground, news reporting that they saw at least 3 people being taken away into custody in handcuffs.
Wow.
All the staffers, everybody was ordered outside. I mean,
you know, the cannabis dispensaries are having a difficult time. And a lot of them have turned to the dark side, even here in Colorado. You know, the competition and the pricing, and it's become a very tough vertical. In the beginning, it made tons of money, not so profitable now. And a lot of them have turned to moving cannabis to states where it's not legal, which of course is a crime. So who knows? I don't know if that's what they're doing or not. That's going on here in Colorado. I know they've got some investigations going on here. Listen, this guy's name was Dean Della Chiali. I'm not sure.
Who? Should we go to break before you do this?
I'm sorry, what?
You want to go to break? Or you just want to keep going?
Well, let's just finish this story and then let's take the break. I think we should.
I mean,
I guess the Secret Service met with this guy in February. He admitted to making those threats. Also told officers he was depressed, in therapy, and regularly drank and used marijuana and other drugs. Okay, but they allowed him to remain free in February, and I guess now they brought the indictment. So he admitted guilt. You know, and let me say this. Look, I think everybody deserves the right to have a innocent till not proven guilty. Law enforcement comes to talk to you about anything. Your best bet is not to answer any questions and hire an attorney. That's my advice, not because I want to protect this guy. That's for everybody out there. If law enforcement starts asking you questions, shut the F up, get an attorney. If you don't know how to defend yourself, it's never a good idea to talk to law enforcement unless you really want to just slit your own throat. So I don't think it's enough that he was depressed, in therapy, and regularly drank and used marijuana. A lot of linking of marijuana to depression. There's lots and lots of reports coming out. So if you're using marijuana, you might want to rethink it, try to figure out if you can stop using it. All right, listen, we're going to take a short break here on The Big Ming Show with George B., Lance M., bringing the rain, bringing the pain, edge of the knife. We'll be right back. When we come back, that FedEx driver we talked about on the show, thankfully, looks like he's getting the death sentence, and deservedly so. Let's protect our children. We'll be right back here on The Big Ming Show. While we're on the break, take the live link, share it far and wide, hit the follow button here, and maybe on the break, even go over to the Crypto Power Hour, give them a follow. And over on X, underneath the Big Ming Show account, you can join our community. Go over there, hit it. I'll get a notice. If I like what I see, I'll go ahead and add you to the community over there. Great way to communicate with your friends here on The Big Ming Show. We'll be right back.
Wow.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Show. Here we go, Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine, Big Mafia in the chat. Murphy's Law 1, what up, bro? Glad to see you in the chat. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, the like, the follow, the share, and if you can subscribe $5 a month, truly helps us out. Every little bit helps out, and we truly appreciate any and all support. Whatever you can do, we appreciate you. But let me give you guys a little tip. I got a little something for you guys. Perfect solution for the people who can't watch their crypto 24/7. Talking about Block Trust IRA. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Now, they have an exclusive Animus AI trading platform which works 24/7, analyzing market data and it's executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Our clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all at military-grade security, and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMakeCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution that's finally giving everyday Americans access to a crypto opportunity of a lifetime. Once again, visit BigMakeCrypto.com today and you get up to $2,500 of free crypto. I have the QR code on the screen. Take a screenshot. The link's in the chat. The link's in the more section on the video. We got you covered. All you got to do is click on it and check it out. Get some literature from them. Hear what they have to say. Okie dokie. Karaoke. What do we got going on? I don't even know. Where are we at?
This FedEx driver.
Oh, this piece of shit. Yeah. So remember that, I'm going to say former FedEx driver who kidnapped and killed that 7-year-old Athena Strand? Well, guess what? That mofo is sentenced to death. You know, at first he said he hit the girl and panicked, saying, you know, she wasn't in a truck. But then when they pull the cameras from inside the truck, you see the picture of that girl standing behind him. Probably the last moments of her life. Poor little thing. They should actually, before they put his ass to death, I know what he's going to sit on death row for how long?
Too long.
Right? They get all these, try to get injunctions, appeal it and everything. But
forget all that. We don't need to waste people's money. They made a statement that's just absolutely horrific. We have Horner's DNA in places where you shouldn't find DNA on a 7-year-old girl. So this guy didn't hit her. He's a creep. In my opinion, I don't know how we fix this. These creepy mofos all around the country. You've seen some of it being illegal immigrants. You've seen other people. These people are disgusting. I mean, the fact that this guy abducted this girl so he could do things to her. What a horrible, horrible crime. I honestly am starting to believe that the parents should be offered the option to pick how the person is executed. And it should be a speedy execution. There is no reason to let this guy linger on death row for years or decades, fighting appeals, burning up the system while you guys are paying for it. I think this guy should be stoned to death, maybe burned to death, maybe public hanging. I don't want to, even lethal injection is too good for a scummy, low-life piece of shit like this. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but when it comes to our kids, I have zero patience and zero acceptance of creepy people like this. These people need to be hammered, and it needs to be public, and we need to put the fear of God into all these pedophiles and traffickers. And I'm going to add to this. Let's get some Epstein arrests. Stop dicking around the administration. I want to see celebrities. I want to see high-level profile, wealthy individuals. I want to see high-ranking government officials. I want to see these people indicted, and I want to see them face the consequences for their participation at Epstein Island. I guarantee you that if you start subpoenaing the employees of Epstein Island, the ex-employees, there is just tons of evidence. They saw it firsthand. I guarantee you that all the people that work for Epstein, if you would bring them in, they could point the finger at many people that are guilty on that island. This guy needs to die miserably. Lethal injection is too good for him.
Kill him. I don't care. You know what? Listen, I think they should put him in a pit. Give everybody some stones, let him have some fun, take some practice, before he actually dies. He needs to suffer like that little girl suffered. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. An eye for an eye. Yeah. Can
you imagine a 7-year-old asking for her mom?
Just killing him is not enough because that little girl suffered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could put some fear in him. You want the Big Ming Show to take care of it. Just put us responsible for dealing with this guy. I'll guarantee you he will have a miserable, long way to death. Because that's what you need to do. And it needs to be known. Pedophiles need the fear of God put in them. They're still doing this stuff all over the country. They're still trading child pornography and the rest of it. I have zero tolerance for these people and zero tolerance for this kind of behavior. These are not people that can be fixed. They shouldn't be put on death row, and they shouldn't be allowed to abuse the legal system. Appeal. Shouldn't be any appeal allowed.
No.
And that's what should happen. When they rule on that death sentence, forget it. And I'm not saying there haven't been people in the past that got convicted and shouldn't have been, because we know that there have been people on death row that got freed later on through evidence. The evidence is clear. They found the guy's DNA on this little girl in places that you should never find DNA on a 7-year-old. Okay? That's enough for me. Okay? They proved it. Let's wrap this up quickly. Let's execute this guy in the next couple of weeks. You see how they're doing in other countries. They're storming police facilities. They're storming prisons. And they're dragging these people out of the prison. Might be time for some of that here. All right. Real-life Rambo Special Forces survival expert accused of shooting wife is on the run. This guy's history sounds like they might be in a Rambo situation. They've got regular law enforcement looking for him. They believe he's armed. He's evading. He's in camo. They've gotten some trail cameras where they've seen that he's in a camo outfit. People are saying that he's very well equipped to stay hidden for a long period of time. George, tell me more about this.
I mean, he's a what? Retired Special Forces soldier?
Yeah.
He's accused of shooting his wife. I don't know. Is she still alive? I mean,
yes. Yeah, based on the story, she's still alive. This is a domestic
His name
dispute.
is Craig Berry, and he shot his wife during a domestic dispute on Friday. And I guess he vanished into the woods. Now they're saying he's armed with at least one handgun and extra ammunition. Well, I'm going to tell you this: if he's a survival guy like that, he's got stuff stashed in the woods.
Yeah.
He's probably got a hoard somewhere, so they should be careful.
Now, the authorities have said he's trained in not only survival, but swimming and diving. I don't know if they've ever really come out to what group of special forces he was with. I haven't heard that. I looked around. I didn't see them actually specifically say who he was, but they said swimming and diving, which made me almost wonder, was this guy a SEAL? What division of special forces was he with?
Lance, they picked him up on a camera, like one of them tree cameras, whatever. I forget what you call it. So with trail camera, with technology now, they'll just put up drones with heat-seeking signatures. They'll get him unless he's inside a cave or something. But
there's ways to beat that thermal signature, and if he's that well equipped, he might know it. Thermal blankets, and there's other shielding you can use. So it's a little tricky, but I hear you. Drone technology is definitely advanced. It definitely gives law enforcement a new weapon against crimes. And it's getting more and more sophisticated, by the day. You've seen what's happening.
I wonder what the argument was about that he shot her. That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever it was. I'm not sure that they might want to wait him out for a while. I don't know that looking for him actively is safe for that law enforcement, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on the story.
They got the feds in on it. I mean,
yeah. Probably because of his special forces background. They got the U.S. Marshal Service and Department of Homeland Security looking, huh?
Yeah. I'm just reading something in the chat.
This is crazy. So your next home could come with its own mini AI data center. So Pulte Homes has teamed up with some other companies. So you buy a brand new house. This is how it works. I thought this was really interesting. And right outside, mounted on the wall, it's kind of like, it looks like an air conditioning unit, is this high-tech box quietly running part of the AI revolution. They're going to be using electricity your house was already wired for, but wasn't using. No extra bill for you. In fact, you might even pay less for power. So that's exactly what's happening right now. NVIDIA, that they are the top producer of AI computer chips. The company behind the chips are, of course, powering almost all of today's AI all over the globe. The Pulte Group, one of America's biggest home builders, and a California startup called Span have teamed up to install what they're calling XFRA nodes, basically mini data centers on the sides of new homes. And here's one of these things actually packs inside of it. It'll have 16 of NVIDIA's latest Blackwell GPU, the RTX Pro 6000 Server Edition, which is the same cutting-edge AI chips used in big data centers, 4 powerful AMD EPYC CPUs. So you're talking about a total of 20 CPUs in these machines, GPUs and CPUs, 3 terabytes of RAM, and the whole unit is liquid-cooled, self-contained, about the size of a large outdoor AC condenser, and it plugs into Span's smart electrical panel, which, of course, is going to replace your old breaker box, and a home battery backup system comes with it. Now, how does this not blow up your electric bill? I guess most homes are wired with more power capacity than they actually use.
But what's that got to do with it? If they're wired with more power capacity, your electric bill goes by how much power you use.
Well, I guess it never touches the power you're using for lights, AC, EV charging, or Netflix. If the grid gets tight, the battery kicks in, the node runs. So I guess what they're trying to do is get away from these massive data centers. So I'm not sure what the home access is. I was looking at this, George, knowing what they're doing with AI data centers. We just had that big ruling in Utah on a big data center. People aren't happy about it. But I know these data centers are necessary. And you don't pay for it. The hardware is installed at no upfront cost to the homeowner. You get a premium Span smart panel plus whole home battery backup included. You get heavily discounted electricity and internet bills. Span and its partners handle the power and the Wi-Fi, and you pay a flat, lower rate for electricity. And then you also get the option for solar panels can be added to make it even greener and cheaper for you. So it's pretty amazing. I'd love to have this myself.
Get it? You can get it.
Well, no, they got a test rollout. Pulte Group is testing it right now. They're putting into 100 pilot homes. They're going to roll it out in late 26. And if it works, they want to scale it to big to thousands of homes, creating a massive distributed AI network. And right now, it's only the Pulte new homes that they're doing this with. But pretty incredible. I can't imagine what it would be like having that kind of AI power connected to your house that you get to use. I'm assuming when you're not using the system, I'm assuming the network is probably going to try to do some kind of a branched and connected system for additional use. So it says NVIDIA's own execs, here's the quote, there's a lot of power right now on the grid, but to come up with large loads for the big data centers is a challenge. This solution uses power that's already there, deploys 6 times faster, and can cost 5 times less than a conventional data center.
I have questions about this.
Yeah.
They're saying it's, if you put it in, there's no cost for the unit and do that. But what about all your electrical outlets and switches and everything? Does that all need to be changed? Are they not telling you that part?
Well, it's a new home. So I guess they might be doing that for scratch if that is part of the issue. It's only brand new builds right now. It's not going into retrofit, say a house like yours or mine or, your family's. So
yeah, but once it goes operational, I'm sure people could switch.
Yeah, whether or not it's going to require that, I don't really know. They didn't go into the details. That chart kind of shows the flow of how the whole thing works. We put that up. You guys should take a closer look at it. You can always take a screen capture, look at that. You can go look online too. There's quite a few stories on this. I just think it's pretty interesting because, again, if this was in every home across the United States, as an example, would it reduce the need for any of these massive data centers?
They say it comes, your electricity and internet bills, what, Wi-Fi? Power and Wi-Fi, and you pay a flat lower rate. All right, what kind of Wi-Fi am I getting? I need Ethernet hardline. Do I get that?
I don't know, but it's a great question. I think
have questions. Yep.
For us, we need that big bandwidth. We need fiber. We need that kind of big thing. Will that cover that? I have no idea, but I think this is great because, of course, right now the power grid can't handle these big data centers. They're hitting a wall. There's not enough power on the grid. And building new ones takes forever and it costs a fortune. Of course, Elon Musk hoping to solve it with solar panels. But this looks to be a real optional idea. It's not sci-fi, it's real. So it's happening now in the
I wonder where they're building these test homes at.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if Pulte's kind of distributing them across the country because, Pulte has home development. They've got them here in Colorado. Do you have Pulte back in New Jersey, George?
I don't know, dude.
In the audience, do you guys have Pulte in your states? If you do, jump in the chat. Let us know what states has Pulte development. They're big here in Colorado.
Hey, all in developments, they all do them cookie cutter housing and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. I love this topic. More Ukraine money laundering. And it's your money. Auditing Ukraine's aid while his wife makes it rain $150,000, the ultimate corruption flex. So imagine this. You're a low-level public servant. You're in Ukraine, scraping by on a very modest salary. Then suddenly, you're deputy head of the agency auditing billions in Western military aid and wartime spending, much of that coming from the U.S., and your wife is on stage at a luxury fashion show flinging $150,000 in cash like it's candy at a parade. Sounds like a movie. It's not. Dasha Korchurina and her husband, Dmitrio Kondasenko, right now in 2026. So the owner, she owns a company called Lior Boutique Brand, organized a lavish burlesque-style fashion show at the Emily Resort. And here she is in a tight dress, dancing under red lights, grabbing thick stacks of bills and showering the crowd while laughing. Another woman joins in. The overlaid caption, the viral clip, remembered she had $150,000 in bag, just rolling around with $150K in her bag, George, and decided to make it rain. Let's just play the clip. We'll let to see the audience. Some of this is probably U.S. cash, so just so you know, that's your money making it rain here. Yep, just like a strip club. You can do it all you want. Yep. So that's nice, isn't it? I'm sure the audience, I'm sure you guys appreciate it when you're going to pay for your groceries and just making it rain in Ukraine. The agency responsible for overseeing and auditing public spending. That's what this group does, including military procurement, wartime contracts, and the flood of international aid money from the U.S., EU, and others.
Who's this chick right here?
Yeah, his regular pay, his monthly salary is around $900 a month, $8,000 to $23,000 annually, depending on exact figures and bonuses. But here's the disconnect. Mansions, properties acquired during the war, luxury cars, including reports of a Bentley linked to the family. Of course, that Bentley's color coordinated. There it is. You got to have the dress to go with it.
Do we know who that is?
That is her Bentley. Expensive jewelry, Rolex watches. He's been pictured at one valued at $8,700 plus, so just about more than what he gets paid. High-end accessories. She's kind of hot. I'll give her that. And, she's got that color coordinated dress and the Bentley bag to go with the Bentley. You got to have all that. I mean, if you're going to have it, George, you got to have it all. No doubt about it. And this is your money at work. Of course, we're defending, Ukraine, continuing congressional members. This should have caused an uproar in all the news media. You don't see it getting covered enough. So, billions in Western aid poured into Ukraine. You guys know it, much of it coming from the U.S. You've heard all the stories. You've heard about the Rijpan Israel real estate, the real estate in Switzerland, the $46 million in real estate. You've heard from us about that Zelensky allegedly has $1.7 billion in offshore accounts. This is what's going on. So you tell me, are we ever going to hammer this? Are we ever going to stop this? Are we going to claw back any of the money? Are we going to investigate? I imagine U.S. officials are probably involved in this. I'd like to know which ones are. But his wife and him living the good life. All right. We've got time for one more because George is on a tight schedule today. He's got a lot going on. Google. George, you're going to love this as a tech guy. Google secretly downloaded a 4 gigabyte AI model on your PC without asking. Tell the audience about it.
They did, huh? Them bastards. That's if you put Google on it. Well,
exactly.
Google Chrome, they say they secretly downloaded a roughly 4 gigabyte AI model. This is on millions of users' computers without clear upfront consent. No big warning. No, do you want this? Pop up, none, just silent background action, being sneaky like they are. The file is called weights.bin. Lance, you look on your computer to see if you got that on there?
I did. I don't have it. I never downloaded Google Chrome. I don't like Google Chrome. I don't like it taking over my browser. I use Google Chrome because there's certain times like when I go on Sam's radio show, or we do that with him, and we go on, you have to use Google.
You know
Chrome.
what? I just did a search on my computer for that file. It's not there.
Okay, I just put it in the chat for you guys. I just put it in how you look for it. But again, if Google wants to do this, why aren't they paying you? Maybe you would agree to it. But the audacity to just load this 4 gigabyte, or what is it, a megabyte? 4 gigabyte file onto your computer. Now listen, they've got potentially, you got to look at how many users they have, right? Google Chrome has hundreds of million, got this pushed, right? It has billions of users globally. Potentially, if they did this on everybody that's using Google Chrome and has downloaded the app or downloaded the browser, which I would tell you right now, I'd remove that browser. There are lots of other browsers you can use. I would never download the Google Chrome browser. It's too intrusive. Okay, so that would give them 4 billion gigabytes of data silently shoved across the internet, silently shoved on your computers. If this isn't a reason to just not use Google, to go over to Brave or DuckDuckGo or one of the other platforms, I don't know what is. This is bullshit. They should be investigated on this. So you want to look at all this stuff. I'm going to put in some more directions.
Why would you put that?
What?
Paste this file into Explorer. All you got to do is do a search on your computer for a file called weights.bin. That's all you got to do, people.
All right. Well, here's the instructions that came with what I did. You put in there what they should do. I just want to help people in the audience.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
This is garbage. Basically, if Google wanted to do this, they should have asked you and they should pay you for the usage of your computer. But this is Google. They don't give a shit. They do whatever they want to do. They feel like they're above the law. You've seen the antitrust lawsuits on them and everything else. This should not be underestimated to be a really shitty move by Google. So pay attention. You never really, you have to keep your situational awareness around you at all times. That means when you're out in public, it means when you're in your home. This is the kind of stuff that they're doing nowadays. So we just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, listen, if you love the show, first of all, on your way out the door, leave a comment. Let us know if you enjoyed the show. Let us know what you'd like to see us cover on the show. We could use some more comments in there. Those matter. Hit the follow button. Follow the Big Mig Show here. Follow the Big Mig Show. If you're on YouTube, give us a follow. We're on every major podcast platform. And of course, We're on locals also. So we need the follows on all those. I know it's redundant, but it helps us grow the show. It gives us brand notoriety. It's everything we need to continue to expand. So everybody that's doing that stuff, thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard is how you catch us here. And don't forget to follow us on social media, The Big Mig Show, The Crypto Power Hour Show, She, Valentine, Lance, Miliaccio, all on X. And, of course, The Big Mig Show. And join that community over X. Come on in there. I'll welcome you aboard. Let us know you're coming in. George, last words, my brother, because I know you got a day that's stacked today.
What's today, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday,
Yes.
right? Oh, it's
Wednesday all day, bro.
hump day. Forgot about that. All right. Lots of humping going on, I guess, around people. Not here with me, though. I got nobody. All alone. You have a blessed day. See you guys later.
I might have to let it drop. Said gotta do hella big, had to put it back again, like said had to bring hella big, had to put it.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA. The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom. And you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.